Yo boys, welcome to the video. I just saw this video while scrolling on YouTube and I just thought we'd watch it. This is the final MatPat game theory.
Well, loyal theorists, this is it. This will be my final FNAF theory. And this time, I mean it.
It might just be his final FNAF theory though. I think it's also going to be his last game theory, because I think he said that his last theory will be on March 2nd. This is actually so hard to believe that after all these years, the guy that got me into FNAF, he's never gonna make another FNAF video.
The end is nearly at hand. The pieces are in place for you. You missed it last week. Look for the green, and remember everything I taught you. Remember, dates are important. Remember the hurry. Time is running out.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that, by my count, has had no less than 10 final FNAF theories. At this point, it's practically become its own meme, but this time, it's no joke. After 66 theories, 3 live talkbacks, and 1 bangin' remix...
Exotic words.
Make that 2 bangin' remixes? Today, I end my coverage of Five Nights at Freddy's. After this...
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's only one final game theory, and then the curtain closes on my time as host, and Tom will have to step into the spotlight. Hope you're ready for the challenge there, Tom. Tom?
Toy Bunny, Easter Bunny, Chocolate Bunny, Melted Chocolate Bunny, Withered Bunny, Blackheart Bunny, Rockstar Bunny, Glamrock Bunny, Sunken Toy Bunny, Bonbon, Just Bon, System Error Bunny, Nightmare Bunny.
Well done, but how many toes does he have?
2? No, 3. 5?
Again. The first step of FNAF theorizing. Slowly losing your mind. I think he's gonna do just fine. You know, I did consider making my final theory about FNAF,
Yes,
but I
4.
actually have something really special planned for that one. So special, in fact, that we're gonna be doing a premiere for it on this channel next Saturday, March 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m.
Wow. It's literally a week away. Literally the end of game theory. March 9th. And I know they're not going to stop posting. But who's really going to watch game theory if it's not MatPat?
Pacific. We're gonna have some fun. You guys will be able to chat with me live as that video releases. And who knows, there might even be some secrets to find. And most importantly of all, I get to say my final goodbye and thank you to all of you for the last 13 years.
Yeah.
So that's next week, March 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you're subscribed so you're notified when that one goes live. Speaking of March 9th, just a quick reminder that that's also the final day of sales for my YouTubes. Once I retire as host on the 9th of March,
I got to buy that.
it too will retire and be gone forever. So, if you do want this little piece of game theory history, or, you know, your own little psychic friend Fredbear, head on over to youtube.com or click the link in the description to grab your MatPat figurine and FNAF pins before they're nothing but a distant memory. Kinda like Dream Theory, but enough housekeeping, it's time to talk about FNAF. And let me tell you, I've spent a long time thinking about this one. How do you end a series like this? Should I go through a normal theory about some minute detail? Doesn't really feel final, you know? Plus, I'd probably end up calling someone a robot, and then a bunch of people would get mad at me again. Should I redo the ultimate FNAF timeline as one final here's the lore? Well, that would certainly be big, but it also doesn't feel like that much was changed post-Ruin and Help Wanted 2 from what we did at the end of last year. So I didn't really want to be redundant either. You can see the struggle that I was facing, right? This episode, it's a big deal to me. It is literally the end of my legacy with FNAF. And you see, that's when it hit me. Legacy. Typically, FNAF theories are born out of the small details, but what if I took a step back and looked at the big picture? What if instead of counting animatronic toes or dead kids, I took a meta approach and just looked at the entire legacy?
Wait, I want to know what that said. Did that say OnlyFans or did it? Only FNAF.
Toes or dead kids, I took a meta approach and just looked at the entire legacy of FNAF. I'm sure we're all familiar with the butterfly effect, right? The idea that a butterfly flapping its wings could cause the smallest of changes in the air, which could potentially lead to a tornado forming. Well, the term actually comes from the research of meteorologist Edward Lorenz, who, back in 1963, decided to round some numbers in his data. He condensed one variable from 0.50612
What is blood on about? Yapping.
7 to just 0.506. And yet that tiny change right there completely threw off his computer's weather models, transforming sunny skies into violent storms. Hence the whole tornado thing. This realization that small changes in data could yield such tremendously different results ultimately threw off science's entire understanding of nature. Before Lorenz, people thought that the universe could ultimately be predicted. Sir Isaac Newton back in 1687 famously believed in the clockwork universe, the idea that the parts of the universe worked like a machine, and that eventually if you understood how the parts worked, you could predict practically anything. French mathematician Pierre-Simon Laplace actually said basically the same thing. Eventually we would get to a place where nothing would be uncertain. And yet Lorenz showed us that one small change, one minor mistake or estimate or imprecise measurement in a complex system could have a domino effect at a massive scale, resulting in changes that you would never see coming. For example, in 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered that there was mold in his petri dish, but rather than just throwing it away or cleaning it up, he decided to study it, which then led to the discovery of penicillin, a life-saving antibiotic that could be used to treat meningitis, pneumonia, gonorrhea, syphilis, blood poisoning,
That's crazy.
and many other. Or if you want another example, you have the explosion of hip-hop music largely owing its origins to a random lightning strike in New York City. In 1977, a bolt of lightning put the city of New York into a 25-hour blackout. So what do you do for all that time that you're stuck in the dark? You loot and pillage, baby. New Yorkers started to ransack storefronts, including music shops full of instruments and supplies. Suddenly, expensive DJ equipment was in the hands of young aspiring musicians eager to experiment with hip-hop, which was a new genre of music just hitting the local scene. And thus, hip-hop was truly able to thrive. History is full of these sorts of stories, from the foundations of medicine and music to even stuff as extreme as the origins of both World War I and II. Why do I bring all this serious stuff up in relation to spooky
Why do you?
bear game? Because FNAF is one of those rounded variables. One decision by Scott Cawthon reshaped gaming, and YouTube
That's crazy. That's
and
crazy.
the entire entertainment world as we know it. And that's not an exaggeration for effect. One man's decision to not give up, to try again in the face of rejection and adversity, literally shifted billions of dollars of the economy and affected hundreds of millions of lives in ways that are incalculable.
Oh my god. I just realized something. The FNAF movie came out. The FNAF movie came out like almost 6 months ago. The FNAF movie came out almost 6 months ago, bro. It only feels like 3 months.
And that is what I wanted to call attention to in my final FNAF theory. FNAF shows us that by not giving up, one person can have a profound effect on the course of history itself. I feel like the origin story of FNAF's been talked about to death, but just to set the stage here, despite hitting it big with FNAF in 2014, its creator Scott Cawthon had been making games at that point for 20 years, since 1994.
I only know about the basic old ones, like the old Christian games he used to make, Shepherd and Sons Lumber Co., which eventually caused FNAF.
In those earliest days, you can tell that Scott had a fascination with creepy robots, working their designs into projects like the sci-fi Moon and the religious Pilgrim's Progress. Even this incredibly rudimentary RPG Legacy of Flan has a final boss that has what looks to be the first appearance of what would eventually evolve into the Mangle. But despite producing a lot of games, none really ever caught the public's eye. And then came Chipper and Sons Lumber Company.
Yeah.
Initial reviews, what few there were rough. And as the story goes, it was the reaction to James Stephanie Sterling that would change the course of Cawthon's career forever. Thank God for her.
It's just all over the place, and that thing looks like it's gonna kill your children. I imagine the phrase, "kill me," is stated over and over again in the world of Chipper and Sons. Oh, they're robot beavers. That's not good. I think he's the only living thing in this world.
This repeated criticism, plus the lack of financial stability,
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
brought Scott down to his lowest. Ready to quit games, he decided to try one final time and lean into the thing that had been leveled at him time and time again, the creepy robotic animations. And thus, Five Nights at Freddy's was born. And that right there, that's gonna act as our nexus point. The one flap of a butterfly wing. The decision to make a final game instead of just giving up. Now, let's see how it all maps out from there. Let's start with just the obvious downstream effects of this. That one game, over the course of the last decade, has spun off into 12. Which honestly, I've never truly sat down and processed. But believe it or not, there are 12 of these things, depending on how you count them. The entire
I just count the mainline games.
But believe it or not, there are 12 of these things.
So, yeah.
depending on how you
So I swear I thought it was more than 12.
sat down and
I
processed.
swear
But
I
believe
thought
or
it was
not,
more than
there
12.
are
He's not counting one. There has to be one he's missing. Oh. That actually might be all of them. Yeah.
12 of these things, depending on how you count them. The entire franchise has sold 9.9 million copies on Steam alone, which in total has an estimated revenue of $94 million. And that's not even including the console and mobile ports or the number of microtransactions for FNAF AR, which itself had over 40 million downloads.
That's
It's also
crazy.
worth pointing out that of the $94 million, 55 million of that was just from Steam sales of Security Breach.
That's
That one was actually at full
crazy.
price.
I was gonna buy Security Breach earlier, but then I realized I already have it for my PS5, so I just got Help Wanted 2, which I will be playing on stream sometime during this next week. I just have to get a Oculus adapter for my computer, like not an adapter, an Oculus Link cable, so I can connect it to the app, so I can play the game off of Steam. It's a whole thing.
Opposed to all the others, which were either free or a couple of bucks. And while the first 4 FNAF games were entirely a one-man job, the rest have included voice actors, composers, entirely separate game studios like Steel Wool and
Yeah.
Illumix. Even to this day,
What
we're
did
seeing this
Illumix
continue with
do?
studios like Megacat, who up until now have been focused on releasing games on retro consoles, very niche market, but that made them perfect to create the retro-style pixelated FNAF game Into the Pit, releasing later this year. By pairing up with these smaller companies that aren't insanely well-known, Scott's not only been able to make bigger, better games, he's also been able to use his single game
I didn't know
success
about that.
with millions of
I like got out of the FNAF community for a little bit. I'm only recently getting back into it more. The last piece of FNAF news I kept up with was the announcement for the second movie.
eyeballs and millions of dollars into each of these companies. As a result of their work with FNAF, Illumix started working with Disney on features found throughout the parks. And if Steel Wool ever do release a game outside of FNAF in the future, you can bet that it's going to have itself a fan base attached to it because people now know about them and they're going to want to see what other work they can do. So that's on the game side. Or
especially if it's another horror game. Bro, they should make Security Breach VR. It's just the whole game is Security Breach, but it's VR. Or maybe Security Breach 2.
Official game side, but stopping there would be overlooking the much bigger impact FNAF has had on the games that haven't even been released yet. This one series inspired a whole new generation of game designers unlike any game that's ever really come before. All of them cutting their teeth on a genre that exploded.
Yeah, like all the fan games. Like I even have my own FNAF fan game on GameJolt. If I go to GameJolt right here. Fuck, I spelled it wrong. Oh, I could just, yeah, if I go to GameJolt and then I go to library and then I go to my games, I have this game I made. Yeah. It's pretty good too.
10's a FNAF fan game. Five Nights at Treasure Island, Five Nights at Wario's, Pop Goes, The Joy of Creation, Those Nights at Rachel's, Afton Built, Glitched Attraction, Bloody Nights Juniors, Day Shift at Freddy's.
Okay, so Juniors, I had an old YouTube channel where I used to play FNAF games. I've played Juniors and low-key it wasn't that scary.
Thanks.
What's this game? I don't know what this is.
What is this game? I could
Exactly.
go on and on for days. Some of these were just for the memes, others were more serious.
Yeah! Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Get!
Just for the memes, others were more serious attempts at making games inspired by FNAF, and many of them
Oh,
were just
Pork Chops? That's a fucking scary game, dude.
in the world that Scott had created and broadening it outward into the game that they wanted to see made. If you
The
go on
Freddy
GameJolt,
Files?
you'll find thousands of fan games. And
Yep. Like I said, I make my own FNAF fan games. I've only made that one so far. I'm working on another one. I'm not gonna yeah. I'm also working on developing my own games, cause, yeah.
you mean thousands. If If you search just for FNAF and select
Yeah.
games, you're presented with 36 games per page and 277 pages available.
Uh-huh.
That is 9,961 games that are.
And I have a lot of these games downloaded too.
If you're sitting there thinking, hold on, the math there doesn't add up, you're right, good noticing. That's because I had to remove 11 of Scott's own games that were posted on that list. Though, I'm pretty sure that there are some out there who'd like to pretend that FNAF World was a fan game. Each and every
FNAF World? FNAF World doesn't deserve the hate it gets, bro. FNAF World is an amazing game. What the fuck is Ellie's? 5 likes and I'll play Ellie's right up here. Ellie's.
10,000 fan games represents a budding game designer. Sometimes several. And while many of those creators are likely never going to pursue game design full time, there are some who will, either independently or as part of a bigger studio, going on to have their shot at creating.
I would love to work for Steel Wool one day, especially if I got to work on a FNAF game. That's like one of my big goals, to work for Steel Wool and make my own FNAF game. Not my own FNAF game, but work on like an official FNAF game.
Own mega franchise, their shot to transform the industry. And already you can see that some of these devs are finding success, to the point where many of them have created multiple different games at this point, turning their fan projects into full-on franchises of their own.
I haven't played Jolly, but I heard it was good. I joke with it too, cause my friend Aaron is Filipino, and for those who don't know, the franchise Jollibee, which the Jolly games are based off of, is a Filipino company.
All of this is without even mentioning the Fanverse initiative, where Scott invested money and resources into some of the most
Pop Goes is a good game.
projects to help those fledgling.
I haven't played it, but I've seen gameplays, and it's absolutely an amazing game. I would get it.
Businesses grow. Now, the success of that one is up for debate.
Ooh, FNAF Plus? Is it out yet? Wait, it got pulled from Steam? Fiznom. Oh, I forgot Fiznom did some bad stuff. He didn't really do anything bad though. Like even the person that he did the stuff to, like they said that they didn't want him to get like in like serious trouble, and that they were still cool with him.
For various reasons, but the point ultimately stands. Five Nights at Freddy's has been directly and
I can't believe that fucking FNAF Plus got pulled, bro. I was waiting for that game eagerly, bro.
indirectly involved in the rise of a new generation of game developers. Developers that, just now, 10 years later, we're only starting to see get to a point where they're really influencing the wider gaming landscape.
Yeah.
It's already seen a massive shift coming off the heels of FNAF. Prior to FNAF's release, if you took a look at any top 10 list about horror games, it would have been filled with games like Outlast, PT, Amnesia.
The fuck? I've never heard of any of these. Actually, I've heard of PT. Isn't it like one of the scariest games and had to get pulled off Steam or something?
That leaned hard into psychological horror and sometimes graphic gore. FNAF, though, was different. While other horror games use the classic horror...
Yeah, this is PT. This is PT. It got... I think it was on PlayStation, and then it was so scary that it got pulled off PlayStation. I don't know if it was on computer, but, I think it also got... I think it got pulled off of everything because of how scary it was.
Not knowing what the monster looked like, relying on the audience's mind to fill in the blanks of what might be lurking in the shadows, FNAF put the monsters front and center, allowing them to be the star of the show like we see in movies like Friday the 13th and Halloween. This allowed FNAF games to be much more thumbnail-friendly and easier to sell online compared to the spooky, dark hallways or overcomplicated monster designs that dominated the horror space in the past. Mixing the more family-friendly scares of...
And it also has, like, the characters have more color, like, more color. Like, for example, Bonnie's, he's big and purple. Well, is he purple? I'd say he's purple. Anybody who says he's a very dark blue, you're thinking of the fucking FNAF movie, Bonnie. Because, look, FNAF movie Bonnie. He's blue. Maybe, now that I'm looking at this right here, maybe he is blue. And it's just shadow. But right here, he's obviously purple, right? He's obviously purple. Even has magenta eyes, bro. He's obviously purple. Like, maybe his forehead right here is a little bit blue, but he's purple. And you can't... The FNAF... I'll give it to the FNAF movie, Ronnie. He's blue. But then again, his eyes are red and not magenta. So, I don't know.
Freddy and the gang, and you've got yourself a brand new subgenre of content, mascot horror.
Yep, mascot horror, for example, as stated, FNAF, Poppy Playtime. I don't really... The Poppy Playtime games are good. It's just, like, the studio that makes them, they're kind of assholes. You could look into that yourself, but they've done a lot of bad things in the past. I can't really think of... Oh, Bendy and the Ink Machine. God, I hate that I even have to mention this when it comes to mascot horror. Garden of Ban. God, bro. It's an okay game, but it's like... And I have it installed. Too. It's just...
YouTuber John
It's
Wolf.
aight.
This genre took old nostalgic locations and filled them with brightly colored killers brought to life through some weird experiment or drama. Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Oh yeah, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Poppy Playtime, don't you fucking say Garden of Ban. He made some theories on it, so he probably will.
Poppy Playtime. Rainbow Friends. My Friendly...
I forgot about these two. Rainbow Friends, it's just like another piggy game. Like, it ain't that good. I've heard of this one. I've never played it. I've never seen anybody play it. He made a theory on it. I just never watched it.
Neighborhood. Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, Hello Neighbor.
Choo Choo Charles.
I don't know if Baldi's Basics counts though, cause like he's a guy. But that's also kind of the same with Hello Neighbor.
The Adventure. And of course, Garden of Ban. And that's not even...
Bro, of course. Oh, I saw Joe Bart play this. Is that a ball sack? Does he just have a ball sack on his stomach?
Hundreds of lesser-known titles like Joyville. It was FNAF who paved the way for all of these games.
I saw Joe Bart play this the other day.
He sold 2 million copies in 2 years. Bendy has made over $30 million just off of its two major installs.
I am yet to buy a Bendy game. I have the demo for Bendy and the Ink Machine, actually.
Hello Neighbor.
Because I don't want to buy it.
And while people complain about
Yep, it does still exist. They don't make games anymore, but it has its own cartoon. Indigo Park, right here, Indigo Park. I'm excited for that to come out. Just because this guy that I watched made it, and it seems pretty cool. It's what kind of makes me want to make my own games. So yeah.
Saturation in the market at this point. There is no denying that the formula is...
Oh, Duck Season? I remember that, bro. I have a VR. But I got the VR like a couple years after, and I kind of forgot this game existed. But I remember one time I had a nightmare of this game after watching Markiplier play it.
Extremely well for the better part of the last 10 years. But maybe you're sick of games. You want to read a book? Well, I hope you're excited to read the 7 Hello Neighbor books, 5 Bendy books, or the Poppy Playtime Employee Handbook.
Is he gonna mention like the 800 million FNAF books?
Coming out later this year. Mascot horror franchises now also line the shelves of your local Barnes & Noble.
And like last year when I was last school year, there was a book fair. 90% Bendy, Hello Neighbor, FNAF. The rest was like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Captain Underpants and shit.
Why? Because FNAF did it first. Oh sure, Scholastic had done some video game book publishing in the past, like guidebooks and activity books, but after the success of the FNAF trilogy,
Bro. Low-key, I can't read long books that don't have pictures, so I usually tend to buy the graphic novel versions that they release. I have the Silver Eyes and the Twisted Ones. I don't know if they have the Fourth Closet as a graphic novel. If they
And
do, I'm gonna buy
published
it.
Other video game books like Assassin's Creed: Last Descendants, World of Warcraft Traveler. This led them to launch.
Bro, I've never played World of Warcraft. Isn't World of Warcraft basically a dead game by now? The last time I saw World of Warcraft was when I watched the South Park episode about it.
An entirely separate wing to their business, AFK, the video game specific book department. It's these guys
Oh wait. Oh, it actually says away from keyboard, bro. Why? Because you want me to read and get away from my keyboard so I don't have bad posture like this? I don't know if you can see it.
are publishing all the books that Tom is now gonna have to read.
Yep.
No, it's impossible to know for certain that FNAF was the reason for all this, but given it was often shown at the top of articles for this new publishing arm at launch and has sold 9 million books to date, with an average book price being about $10, that is $90 million infused into the historically struggling print publishing business. It's no wonder the first 6 rows of their website are dedicated to FNAF. But without AFK, it's easy to imagine a world where these other mascot horror games didn't get that chance.
Ain't no way, bro, got piggy books. Who the fuck's out here buying a piggy book, bro?
All those writers who've now been able to make a living off of these franchises wouldn't be recognized.
Bendy, okay, yeah, Bendy, yeah, you could buy that. Hello Neighbor, it's a bit weird, but sure, you could buy it as a book. Piggy, nigga, I forgot about Piggy until now.
It's like they are. I mean, take for instance Andrea Wagner, who wrote the vast majority of Fazbear Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex stories. She's now getting DM'd by fans asking for lore clarifications. Something I'm sure she never anticipated while working on her past writing projects, like her dog how-to book, Dog Parenting, or Alternate Beauty, the story of a big girl with big dreams. Her words, not mine. The same thing is now happening with another struggling industry,
What?
movies. After spending 8 years in production hell,
I'm telling, they need to make another FNAF movie.
losing directors, struggling with studios, and trying to nail down a script, Blumhouse eventually took the chance on FNAF, making the movie on a $20 million budget and earning back nearly $300 million. If you don't think Hollywood has taken strong notice of that when they are struggling...
The release of the FNAF movie is a memory enlarged in my brain. I know it was 6 months ago, and that's not that long, but the day it released, I called up Aaron and James, and I said, I'll pay for the tickets. Do you want to go see the FNAF movie with me? And all 3 of us went into that theater with our large popcorn and large icy, and we watched the FNAF movie. Also, Aaron's a pussy, so he screamed at like every time Balloon Boy showed up on screen as a jump scare.
Butts and seats, you are wrong. You think it's a coincidence that 2 months after FNAF's release, Bendy announced his big screen debut? And while a Poppy Playtime...
Wait, there's a Bendy movie? James doesn't really like Bendy that much, but I'm gonna go see it with Aaron, because me and Aaron are big Bendy fans.
With Studio 71, I can almost guarantee conversations with studios around it have shifted in the aftermath.
Ain't nobody's gonna watch a Poppy Playtime movie. If I catch you going to the Poppy Playtime movie, I'm bobbing your ass, bro. I see you watching the Poppy Playtime movie. You ain't gonna ever talk to me again. I ain't gonna want to talk to you if you want to go see the Poppy Playtime movie. Get out my face, on God. I don't welcome you to my channel if you're gonna watch the Poppy Playtime movie.
FNAF. And who knows what other mascot horror games might end up...
Or the Garden of Bam Bam movie. I guess you're eyed if you watch the Hello Neighbor movie, but you might be a little bit gay if you watch this one.
And not only is it getting indie game movies greenlit, it's also reshaping film studio priorities. As they continue to fumble around in the dark, struggling to find...
Listen, The Marvels was a good movie. Most people would agree. The Marvels was a good movie. So was Flash. Indiana Jones, I liked it a little bit, but Flash and the Marvels, goated. No matter what people say, those 2 are goated.
I've literally had conversations with people in film space about how they're trying to tap into that FNAF audience, that online community. The success of this one film will be shaping the types of movies that get...
Yes, bro. On God, bro. I would love to see the FNAF movie.
And how they look moving forward.
If they re-release the FNAF movie in theaters, I'm watching it again.
I guarantee it. But while movie releases mean big bucks for big studios, the economic ramifications go way beyond just extra cash in the pocket of Jason Blum. The FNAF movie was shot in New Orleans, which, since Hurricane Katrina, has been an economically depressed part of the country. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but from speaking to local actors and business owners while I was down there filming last year, I learned that New Orleans actually has a long history in film production. When the state government of Louisiana first introduced
Wait, I thought it was filmed in Utah. Cause didn't they say it was filmed in Hurricane, Utah? Cause in the books it says that's where FNAF takes place, and then I remember seeing somewhere that that's where they filmed the movie. But MatPat actually went on set, so I guess yeah, it was filmed in New Orleans.
Film productions back in 2002, over 1,000 projects happened down there in the span of 7 years. Those productions created jobs, hired locals, and brought millions of dollars back into the city. However, pre-COVID, those incentives were rolled back, and productions have now started to move to other places like Georgia. That's why so many of the local actors and business owners I spoke with while down there were eager to see the FNAF movie in town. By shooting in New Orleans,
Yo, that's the place. That's Sparky's, bro. That's Sparky's. For those who don't know the reference, Sparky, they named it Sparky for a reason. I explained this on my stream yesterday, but Sparky is a FNAF hoax. It was a little like blurry static thing on the end of this door right here on the cams, and people thought it was a secret character known as Sparky the dog because it kind of looks like a dog. And then they also put him as an animatronic in the FNAF movie, along with naming this coffee shop after him.
a huge chunk of that $20 million budget was going to accommodations, drivers, caterers, local talent, location rentals, equipment, and other general resources that help local businesses thrive, and maybe start a domino effect to get other movies back in the region. Regardless of all of that, the point is that this one decision to try one final game, it's grown beyond itself. It's no longer about just making its own franchise full of games. It's spread to all.
Just think about it. If Scott would have said, you know what, game making's not for me, we wouldn't have had the best gaming franchise to ever come out of the 2010s.
Corners of the media industry, and to so many other IPs and creators, spawning a wave of new franchises and giving life to so many careers that otherwise might not have had a chance. But speaking of careers, there's one final area that's also needing to be addressed, an area that has been so affected by FNAF it's crazy to not talk about, and that of course is here on YouTube. FNAF has done a lot of numbers for a lot of industries, but its effect on the YouTube landscape...
Yeah, like FNAF, I don't think you understand. I've been in love with FNAF ever since it got popular on YouTube. I remember I used to go to Toys R Us every day before they went bankrupt. I used to go to Toys R Us almost every day searching for those little McFarlane construction sets to buy. I only ever bought a couple, I think. I know I bought the FNAF 3, FNAF, and a couple of the FNAF 4 sets. McFarlane, FNAF. Also, you wanna hear a cool fact? McFarlane from McFarlane Toys is actually Todd McFarlane, the creator of Venom, the character Venom. Look right here. I can't remember if I bought this one. I know I bought this one. I really wanted this one, but never got it. But I know I bought this one, this one. Which other ones? Oh, this one, this one, this one. And then I also bought I don't think I bought this one. I bought this one right here, this one, this purple guy. I don't think I bought this one. Maybe I did though. I also bought, I know there's one more, I just need to find it to re-jog my memory. I really wanted this one, but never got it. I got this one, and then I got the set that this one came in. And then I bought this one. I know I bought this one. Oh, and I bought Freddy. I bought Funtime Freddy. I know that. I bought Funtime Freddy. I just can't find him here. I don't think I'll be able to. Oh, this one right here, Funtime Freddy. Bought this, and that's about it. That's actually all the ones I bought. I also had a bunch of the action figures right now. Probably all because they can come apart, so like, they're probably, I have maybe the head of Foxy in this drawer right here, but I ain't gonna go searching for that right now.
Visible to this day, and in a much more obvious way. When FNAF first launched, it was just one of many games that YouTubers started playing because spooky games got big.
That's MatPat, this guy, that's this guy.
This game gave rise to some of the biggest names on the platform. Names that are still going strong today. Let's players like Corey X Kenshin and Markiplier, who'd been on YouTube.
Corey X Kenshin. I ain't a big I ain't even a Corey X Kenshin fan. I like his videos. I just don't watch him that much compared to like Bijou Mike and stuff. I think the only Corey X Kenshin video I've ever watched is him playing the Sprite Cranberry video game. And then his video where he talked about being on the FNAF movie.
For a couple of years, but saw their careers accelerate in parallel alongside the FNAF releases. You also had a massive surge in nerdcore musical artists, like the Living Tombstone.
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite.
FNAF song was at 1 million views in a couple of weeks, whereas most other songs they would release would have a few 100,000 views months after release. And machinima creators started using FNAF models and characters to tell their own unique stories long before the FNAF movie ever hit theaters, racking up literally billions of views. But what truly set FNAF apart were obviously the hidden details cluing fans into the bigger story. This, more than anything else, ignited the internet's passion like never before, giving rise to the theorist community. People like Dawko,
Yeah,
8-Bit Ryan, Rye Toast, ID's Fantasy.
8-Bit Ryan, I watched him, yeah. This guy, I forgot his name. I watched him a couple times. Him reacting to FNAF memes.
See Hyperdroid, John FNAF, and of course, us going through this game piece by piece.
Yeah, game theory. Matthew Patrick.
FNAF wasn't the first thing that.
My friend James always thought it was Matthew Patthew until a week ago when I told him, yep, his name is Matthew Patrick, not Matthew Patthew. And his mind was blown.
Actually had us creating lore theories. That was always just part of the channel's DNA. But before FNAF, we were coming up with lore theories for franchises where the story
Link is dead, you are a Pokemon.
An allegory for grieving. You get the story of a moon crashing down. Regardless of whether Peach is Rosalina's mom, you get the basic premise of Mario Galaxy. Humans certainly might be Pokemon. That's not really affecting anyone's journey to become a league champ. But FNAF was different. It showed that games could be built off of withholding the lore and forcing the fan base to solve it. By leaving the door open and never confirming anything, Scott allowed YouTubers, Redditors, and just general fans to continually assess and reassess the lore, find new directions, new hot takes. And that means that we're still theorizing about it to this very
They
day.
are all
Frustrating?
robots.
Absolutely. Heck, maybe now that I'm retiring from the channel, I can track Scott down and get some answers out of him. But it's
That's
also
crazy.
entertaining.
That's
And
crazy.
the success of this theory-based model on YouTube has carried over into the mainstream, where now almost every game and movie release is designed with theory crafting in mind.
I'm so gonna watch that shit, bro. I love the Deadpool movies, and I can't wait for Deadpool 3 to come out. Or Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's basically Deadpool 3.
While it's impossible to calculate the full scope of FNAF on YouTube, I was able to find that there are 106 videos with more than 10 million views each. Together, they total roughly 5.4 billion views on just their very own. And if we assume that they're getting the standard gaming
There has to be more than that on every FNAF video.
YouTube, which is about $4.55, Matt then's a total earning across all of those videos of $24,570,000 in ad
I feel
revenue.
like it's also
Markiplier's
more than
literally
that.
gone on record to say that the house that he lives in is the house that FNAF paid for. And he's joked on his Distractable podcast about how lucrative FNAF's been for him.
Let's go into a fan favorite here. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Boo. So there's two ways I could look at this, right? I could look at it from the game purely by itself, or I could look at it at the dividends it is paid for me specifically.
Yeah.
And that's put him in a position to pursue big.
Markiplier he'll probably still have a lot of subscribers, but I feel like he wouldn't have had as much if he never made that FNAF video.
Bigger and loftier projects like the With Markiplier series, and now his movie Iron Lung. One half of the Living Tombstone, Sam Haft, is now writing songs for internet sensations like Has Been Hotel. YouTubers like FNAF and Rytos, they've been able to go full-time with YouTube, all thanks to FNAF. And heck, look at us. Because of FNAF, we've thrived. We've been able to grow our team, give jobs to dozens of people, and perhaps best of all, we've carved out our own platform that allows us
Who
to
is married? Nigga, I don't know. Fucking the Walton Files. It's a bit spooky.
spotlight onto a next generation of creatives, to make us tastemakers in the space that are able to pay it forward, to make you aware of projects that you should be playing and watching, from Cooking Companions to The Man in the Suit to Shipwreck 64.
Oh, Shipwreck 64? That's an actual good game. I really want to buy it one day.
Mandela Catalog, Walton Files. The list goes on and on and on. In short, FNAF created an ecosystem where new IPs can thrive. A virtuous cycle that benefited itself, to be sure, but also had a halo effect on dozens of other franchises looking to get attention. And all of this is without even mentioning other trickle-down effects. Our large platform allowed us to run charity events like St. Jude, paying that blessing forward to help doctors and hospitals working on treatments for childhood cancer, where, of course, Scott himself was a sizable and direct contributor year after year. There were also dozens of other charity events coming from creators like Dawko, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Rytos, John FNAF. Not only have these events been able to raise tens of millions of dollars for various organizations looking to do good work in the world, hopefully those events in turn inspired others.
Whoa, stupid idiot. This guy literally stole my profile picture. Literally. Dream literally stole my stuff. Dream literally stole my profile picture.
You out in the audience or other creators to adopt a spirit of generosity and giving in their own lives. And again, it all comes down to this one decision. One guy who, in the face of adversity and criticism, chose not to give up. That is the millions of people and billions of dollars affected by that one Spoopy Bear game. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for all of that. And while all of this is cool and impressive and inspirational,
I don't want this video to end. I actually... Because then MatPat's gonna be gone forever. Yeah, it better be #1 trending on gaming, bro.
This can have, and you feel like you can never live up. I know that's how I feel sometimes. But remember, it's all about small decisions making a domino effect. Just being kind to someone else, saying something nice, holding a door, listening to someone's problems, making them laugh. All of those are seemingly small things that can make a massive difference in the way someone's day is going. And that, to me, has always been the power of these channels. They're a place to learn a little something, a place to brighten your day in some small way, which then you can pay forward to other people in your life. And that positivity, it spreads. It spreads and creates real massive change.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, is the hardest thing about leaving these channels, losing that chance to be a force of just a little bit of good in your life. But you know what? I'm not done yet. I'll see you one last time next week, March 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern.
It's over. No more. I can't even say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to believe it's true that MatPat is never going to make another FNAF theory. I do not want to believe this. I just can't. It seems unprecedented. This shouldn't be happening. I don't know. I just can't. I can't even say anything. I'm just gonna end the video. It's just, I don't know.